Remember the dust-choked trails and unyielding revenge of True Grit, the 1969 Western that defined grit itself? John Wayne's Roaring Rooster Cogburn led a cast of legends through a tale of justice and heart. But time has silenced many of those voices. We mourn their loss, cherishing their eternal echoes. Join us now to honor their timeless shine. Number 1. John Wayne as Rooster Cogburn. Born in 1907, Wayne was 62 as Rooster Cogburn, the hard-bitten marshal whose fearless snarls and moral steel drove True Grit's justice quest. He died in 1979 at 72 from stomach cancer, winning an Oscar, starring in the 1975 sequel, and ending with The Shootist, his legacy in 140 films eternal. Number 2. Glen Campbell as LaBeouf. Born in 1936, Glen Campbell was 33 during True Grit, embodying LaBeouf, the cocky Texas Ranger with rope tricks and twangy bravado that added comic spark and loyal sharpshooting to the frontier chase. He died in 2017 at 81 from Alzheimer's, exploding post-film into music stardom with rhinestone cowboy hits, 5 Grammys, and a TV variety show that bridged country tunes and Hollywood glow. Number 3. Jeremy Slate as Emmett Quincy. Born in 1926, Jeremy Slate was 43 as Emmett Quincy in True Grit, the sneering outlaw in Ned Pepper's gang whose cold ambushes and cocky menace ramped up the bandit threat in tense showdowns. He passed in 2006 at 80 from heart failure, later tackling B-movies like Hell's Angels on Wheels and TV gigs on The Virginian, honing his tough guy edge in Western action flicks. Number 4. Dennis Hopper as Moon. Born in 1936, Dennis Hopper was 33, playing Moon in True Grit, the manic, wild-eyed Pepper Gang member whose chaotic laughs and jittery frenzy injected unhinged peril into the Badlands pursuit. He died in 2010 at 74 from prostate cancer, then co-wrote and starred in Easy Rider that year, directed The Last Movie, and nabbed an Oscar nod for Hoosiers in 1986, becoming a counterculture legend in Apocalypse Now. Number 5. Alfred Ryder as Gowdy. Born in 1916, Alfred Ryder was 53 as Gowdy in True Grit, the sharp-witted lawyer cross-examining with eloquent poise, offering calm legal savvy amid the revenge storm's chaos. He passed in 1995 at 79 from emphysema, later guesting on Mission Impossible and directing Broadway's The Exercise, drawing on actors' studio roots for a subdued career in TV and stage nuance. Number 6. Strother Martin as College G. Stonehill. Born in 1919, Strother Martin was 50 when he played College G. Stonehill in True Grit, the flustered horse trader whose nervous bluster and comic outrage over his stolen ponies brought early levity to the revenge saga, revealing the perils facing honest folks in the wild frontier. He died in 1980 at 61 from a heart attack, later stealing scenes in Cool Hand Luke with his iconic failure to communicate line and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, amassing over 280 films as a master of quirky villains. Number 7. Jeff Corey as Tom Chaney. Born in 1914, Jeff Corey was 55 as Tom Chaney in True Grit, the shifty, cowardly killer whose betrayal and haunted gaze ignite Maddie's unyielding quest, embodying the pathetic menace that propels the story through shadowy Indian Territory showdowns. He passed in 2002 at 88 from complications of a fall, then mentored stars like Jack Nicholson while appearing in Little Big Man and Butch Cassidy, blending acting with influential teaching that shaped Hollywood's next generation. Number 8. Ron Soble as Captains, Boots Finch. Born in 1928, Ron Soble was 41, portraying Capt. Boots Finch in True Grit, the scarred bounty hunter whose steely grit and terse warnings add raw authenticity to the Marshal's tense alliances during the perilous justice hunt. He died in 2002 at 74 from lung and brain cancer, later playing Wyatt Earp in Star Trek's Spectre of the Gun, starring in Papillon and Chisholm, and logging dozens of TV westerns like Bonanza for a rugged legacy. Number 9. John Fiedler as Lawyer Daggett. Born in 1925, John Fiedler was 44 as Lawyer Daggett in True Grit, the mild-mannered attorney whose dry wit and precise negotiations anchor Maddie's legal battles, offering a calm voice of reason amid the film's whirlwind of frontier fury and retribution. He passed in 2005 at 80 from cancer, then voiced Piglet in Winnie the Pooh for decades, and reprised Juror 5 in 12 Angry Men adaptations, crafting a career of gentle, unforgettable character voices in animation and stage. Number 10. James Westerfield as Judge Parker. Born in 1913, James Westerfield was 56 when he embodied Judge Parker in True Grit, the stern federal magistrate whose booming authority and grave rulings set the iron tone for justice in a lawless land, framing the epic tale of vengeance. He died in 1971 at 58 from a heart attack, later guesting on The Waltons and appearing in the Magnificent Seven ride, sustaining his everyman presence in TV westerns and films like The Last Hurrah. Number 11. John Doucette as Sheriff. Born in 1921, John Doucette was 48 when he portrayed the no-nonsense sheriff in True Grit, his deep-voiced authority and quick-draw pragmatism anchoring Fort Smith's law amid the brewing storm of vengeance and frontier chaos. He passed in 1994 at 73 from cancer, later racking up roles in over 280 films and TV westerns like Cheyenne and Bonanza, embodying rugged enforcers with unyielding presence. Number 12. Donald Woods as Barlow. Born in 1906, Donald Woods was 63 as Barlow in True Grit, the sly boarding house owner whose opportunistic schemes and sharp-eyed intrigue weave moral grayness into the town's underbelly, heightening the tale's gritty pursuit. He died in 1998 at 91 from cardiopulmonary failure, then guested on Wagon Train and starred in Tammy, spanning 75 films and 150 TV shows as the King of the Bees before real estate success. Number 13. Edith Atwater as Mrs. Floyd. Born in 1911, Edith Atwater was 58 playing Mrs. Floyd in True Grit, the prim boarding house matron whose haughty barbs and sharp-tongued propriety clash with the rough justice seekers, adding comic tension to the frontier's social phrase. She passed in 1986 at 74 from cancer, later shining on Broadway in Sweet Bird of Youth and TV soaps like Another World, honing her elegant poise across stage and screen. Number 14. Carlos Rivas as Dirty Bob. Born in 1925, Carlos Rivas was 44 as Dirty Bob in True Grit, the grubby henchman whose slovenly menace and desperate gang loyalty fuel the outlaws' rattlesnake pit peril, amplifying the climactic showdown's raw threat. He died in 2003 at 78 from prostate cancer complications, then co-starred as Lun Tha in The King and I, guested on Bonanza, and founded Nosotros to boost Latino roles in Hollywood. Number 15. Ham Wing Gim as Chen Li. Born in 1908, Ham Wing Gim was 61 portraying Chen Li in True Grit, the stoic stable hand whose quiet wisdom and dignified aid offer resilient calm amid the revenge trail's turmoil, embodying immigrant strength in the Wild West. He passed in 1973 at 65 from natural causes, later appearing in Paint Your Wagon and I Spy, crafting authentic supporting roles in westerns like McClintock. Across decades. Number 16. John Pickard as Frank Ross. Born in 1913, John Pickard was 56, playing Frank Ross in True Grit, Maddie's honest trader father, whose murder by Cheney sparks the fierce revenge quest, setting the stage for the Frontier saga. He passed in 1993 at 80 from natural causes, later appearing in over 200 TV episodes, including Gunsmoke and Wagon Train, embodying rugged everymen in westerns with enduring grit. Number 17. Elizabeth Harrower as Mrs. Ross. Born in 1918, Elizabeth Harrower was 51 as Mrs. Ross in True Grit, Mattie's grieving mother, whose quiet sorrow fuels her daughter's bold justice hunt, adding tender depth to the family's loss. She died in 2003 at 85 from natural causes, later performing in the Waltons and Regional Theater, drawing on her stage roots for heartfelt roles into her 90s. Number 18. Ken Renard as Yarnell. Born in 1905, Ken Renard was 64, portraying Yarnell in True Grit, the loyal family hand whose folksy wisdom and steady support guide Mattie's early steps in her vengeful odyssey. He passed in 1993 at 88 from natural causes, later guesting on Mannix and the Mod Squad, carving a niche in authentic character roles across TV westerns and dramas. Thanks for watching. See you next time.